My bad, gang, my bad. I don't know what happened then, but we back, we back. All right. I wanna all right. I'm gonna let everybody get in here for a minute. Now remember what I told y'all about them boys, right? Now look, I want this is very important. You see, the police chief already told a lie, right? When he said he don't suspect no foul play and the neighbor's footage camera is off an hour, right? But look, check this out. Listen to the police call one more time and I'ma show y'all something.
The records are by a court order because anything involving juveniles is protected.
Really? Even if
Yes.
could you just then possibly just the only thing I really want to know too is, do we know the time? Because I've been given such different, various information on what time this was. What time was the 911 call placed to?
What I have here is 1854, which would be that translates to 6:54 p.m.
Right. So it was about 7 o'clock. Okay.
Been missing for 5 weeks now.
The California City Police Chief is now speaking on security camera footage from a neighbor from the day those boys went missing. David Kaplan has more on what this video is revealing about the investigation. David?
Well, Dave Rochelle, Police Chief Walker says the security cam footage is consistent with the statements from Trezell and Jacqueline West. The security camera footage of a neighbor to Trezell and Jacqueline West shows on December 21st at 5:53.
Alright, you gotta listen to what these people trying to manipulate the time. That ain't what the time show on the footage. Right? That's why he said the camera is consistent. Cause they telling you it's consistent with his statements and trying to match it up with the goddamn camera footage, right? But watch how this finna play a big role, y'all. Watch this.
Trezell starts looking for the boys around the neighborhood. The neighbor admits the timestamp on the security camera footage is 1 hour off.
What appears right here is someone, I'm assuming by his statement, is Trezell getting into a white van in front of the property and exiting. And it looks like he makes a left turn and goes eastbound on Aspen.
Trezell comes back to the home 6 minutes later. Fast forward to 5:53. California City Police arrive.
Check out what they say about the time, right? Watch this.
This is 5:53. So can you tell me?
But in the beginning of the news, he said he jumped in this van at 5:53. Now he meeting up with the police at 5:53.
5:53 is consistent again. We received the call at 5:48, and we were on scene within 5 minutes.
Y'all, he busted. He just told another lie. See what I'm saying? But watch this. It's finna get deep.
So that makes absolute sense. And it looks like, I'm assuming Trezell and Jacqueline walking up to the police car and discussing with my officer, giving him information of what they've reported.
Trezell gets in his van and looks for the boys around the neighborhood more, while the officer looks for Orrin and Orson with a flashlight in the backyard.
I'm absolutely confident at this point my officer is beginning his search where the kids were seen last, and that would be in the backyard.
The police in the backyard while Trezell gone. Another red flag. Then they try to y'all see how they try to tamper with the camera, try to make it show funny and shit? Yeah, alright, watch this, y'all.
We saw dogs on the other side of the fence. We did not see children on the other side of the fence. So not saying they weren't in the backyard, just from the security cam footage and the angle the camera was at, we could not see children through an outline or anything on the other side of the fence. Is that same with police?
Yeah, that's a correct statement.
Now watch this, gang. Check this out. That was the last question. He said, we don't see the boys. We see the dog, but we don't see the boys. So how they get out the backyard, right? But it would be impossible for him to walk out that yard. Because I'm going to show y'all this. I'm going to show y'all something. Let's take a scroll. Now, I was looking these people up. I'm like, man, what's going on? Now, if y'all see right here, these two brothers, too, that came up missing. And I was trying to tell y'all, it's a high demand for brothers. You know what I'm saying? In the adoption world. All right. But check this out, though. All right. We got them. Let's see what's going on. And look, nobody don't even know what they were last seen in. I'm finna tell you what they were last seen in. Let's read it up. All right. He 3 in height, brown eyed, weighed 35 pounds. The clothing. He was wearing a black sweater and and dark sweatpants. And watch this. They got the list of injuries too. Just like I told y'all, he still had a fractured lower left leg. So he ain't walking. See what I'm saying? That's why the police chief, when they asked the police chief, did you realize that he had a fractured leg? And he like, no, he not aware of it. All right. But guess what though? Y'all gotta think about this too. Did Trezell West on the 19th go to Bakerville like he said? Can anybody confirm that he was in Bakerfield on the 19th? Right? So, alright, now these two brothers, let's look into these. Now this looks similar, don't it? He 3 in height, 35 pounds. Then here go the other brother. Cause as you see, they got the same case numbers. You see that? The shit too similar. See, I found some. Know what I'm talking about? And look, they came missing up on the same day, two brothers. Alright. Don't y'all remember? Trezell told the police he went to go drop the kids off in Bakersville. Did he really do that? Did he really do that? Cause guess what? Everybody forgot about. I'm just showing y'all just like how these kids be just mysteriously just come up missing. Now I know this one didn't walk away. But if you read it, you know it said these kids been abducted by their father, or you know what I'm talking about, or somebody in the family, or you know what I'm talking about. It could have been any kind of thing. Kid swapping and all that shit. But in some of these cases, I looked some and guess what? I showed y'all this right. Now, I did a map study, right? And I looked up what all the kids be coming up missing there. So I pinpointed out some things, you know what I'm saying? So this Bakerfield, right? Now I looked up all the kids that came up missing. So I was looking at all the street routes and shit. I was like, why I got a red drawing on the outside of it? So I had to do a little you know what I'm saying, thinking. I was like, oh, so this how it drawed out. If y'all think about masonry, you know what I'm saying, that's how you got to draw your map out. You got to set a structure and a foundation. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, they the most crooked people in the world. All right. But I discovered the route. It's a straight shot from Sachet to Hatchapee and to California City. Right? The chief said, well, the dude said, we seen the last scene that mentioned Hatchapee. All right. Next thing you know, I'ma say that later. Hold on. And if you pay attention to the goddamn red line, look how it just, know what I'm saying? All right. And another thing, somebody want us to see In Bakersville, that's where we got paperwork on him at their house over there, and they got it on the lease like a business, an ice cream shop. So I looked up all the airports, looked into the business, and looked into some more criminal activities I was studying then. And I was like, wait a minute, man, I see a comparison with this shit. I said, let me go to Google Maps and see if this shit for real. All right. So when I started thinking, I was like, but wait a minute, I know about when I was looking, and I was like, it led me all the way to the Silver Saddle Ranch. Cause guess what? That where the kids were last seen. The chief ain't gonna admit that. Cause guess what? The Silver Saddle Ranch got some weird shit going on in their resort. And they shut it down, Jack. They said they permanently closed out of nowhere. And the police said they had to go over there and search, and they did a search. But cause they said because a couple of days before the kid came up missing, their van was spotted at the Silver Saddle Ranch. See what I'm saying? That's why the police were like, yeah, y'all could stop the search looking over here. About he was just probably getting rid of evidence in this location. Cause where the other kid went to if they didn't go to Bakersville like we thought they went to Bakersville. And you know the Silver Saddle Ranch is right up, you know what I'm saying, not too far from here. It's right at the top of the right screen. I zoom in on it. Yeah, my bad. Y'all had put the wrong one there. But it's over here. And I'm telling y'all, man, what happened? Whatever Trezell West and them did with them boys, they got rid of them boys to somebody, I believe. Cause the boy's still alive. That's why nobody is not being turned up. See what I'm saying? The boy's still alive. And the dude said, they was saying that Tehachapi with 2 million. Not a female with 2 million. Now this the area, right? Of the Silver Saddle Ranch. Close to Las Vegas. Look at the surrounding. Then I seen the flight map, right? So I said, let me check out the flight route and see how this goes. So I did a flight route and see how many kids be. This how it look like, y'all, where the kids be coming up missing. When you put a map on it. I notice a pattern. Now, the majority of the people they come up missing stay close to a desert, and it's a hot script for you can get you some keys and get the head out of state. Know what I'm talking about? And if you look at the pattern, they all close by the borderline. They all close by the borderline. So I said, damn, so that's how they be getting away, you know, is that with the operation. Cause if you pay attention, Well, I've been doing some research, so I might be a little bit ahead of y'all, but check this out what the police chief said about the Sour Ranch.
Silver Saddle, the old resort, about 15 miles north of California City, just off of one of the citizens saying that they possibly saw a white van coming from there a couple days prior to the kids being going missing. So we went out there, probably had about 50 personnel from multi-agencies, and we searched the whole property.
That's why they closed that John. I'm telling y'all, that's why they closed the John. He said they had 50 personnel on that crime scene. Listen what he said again.
Silver Saddle, the old resort, about 15 miles north of California City, just off of one of the citizens saying that they possibly saw a white van coming from there a couple days prior to the kids being going missing. So we went out there, probably had about 50 personnel from multi-agencies, and we searched the whole property.
50. So we're not talking volunteers. We're talking 50 personnel from multiple agencies. This is
personnel, yeah, multiple agencies.
Okay, and anything turn up?
No, unfortunately, no.
Check this out, gang. You ain't see none of them 50 agencies back at the house doing that same search. He said they ain't got enough resource to do that. But look, they got 50 goddamn it, you know what I'm saying? Other agencies, I'm telling y'all, it's some dog shit going on with that hotel. That's why it's permanently closed.
But we just, we basically want to let people know that we're still looking. We're still following up on tips, clues, anything that they can come up with. We're still following up.
Got it. Okay. Why search there 3 weeks after? I'm just curious.
Well, we wanted to make sure that we were able to, all the clues we've gotten, that we want to make sure that we follow up. So that was one of the locations that we had not followed up yet, so we chose to go do that because we had to get all the personnel together. It's a big property.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, it's a connection with these goddamn it. That's why you don't see them into the search. They ain't got no momentum for the kids, you know what I'm saying, like we do. Cause hell, they know what's going on. They know what's going on. See?
Probably about 20 acres.
Okay, got it. And so, I mean, searching it wouldn't have been for them being alive, right? It would have been a body recovery. So whether it was 2 weeks ago or today, you guys something would have turned up, right?
Absolutely correct. Yes.
Okay. Now, anything else on that front of the search? Was that the last team search of personnel that you could recall of?
As of recent, that's been the most recent team search. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Now look here, gang. Now they got to make you want to think. Why would Trezell put a camera in this window? And why the police chief ain't saying nothing about this camera? Trezell West got camera. We Man, look. I want to know what this camera showed when the police went back there. He could have had some right there, making it could have been some kind of transaction went on. Ain't nobody don't want to talk about Trezell cameras. They in the window and they run off the internet. So yeah, they got footage. And I want to know what that show. Cause remember, the police already were there on the scene before they got the 911 call. Before I even talk about all that, let's go back to the footage we seen when the boys left the house. Well, somebody kid left the house with them. Okay. We don't know who them kids was they got in that van. We just call them kids. It couldn't even been their kids. It could have been somebody else's kids, and they went on and got them kids at the house. And maybe the other kid was already in Bakerville. Cause that van was spotted at the Silver Saddle Resort, and they met up with somebody. Got some money, Jack. That's why you had all them agencies. He said 50 this time. Listen to the report again, y'all.
Silver Saddle, the old resort, about 15 miles north of California City, just off of one of the citizens saying that a white van coming from there. Well, we wanted to make sure that we were able to, all the clues we've gotten, that we want to make sure that we follow up. So that was one of the locations that we had not followed up yet, so we chose to go do that because we had to get all the personnel together. It's a big property. It's probably about 20 acres.
Hold on, y'all. Man, for some strange reason, man, some funny shit just happened behind the scene. Damn, y'all, that shit kinda spooked me for a minute. Hold up. In case if I were above y'all, might have didn't heard it, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just know I was signed out for some reason. But okay, y'all, let's get back. See, look, they ain't want to tell about no Silver Saddle Ranch because that's where all the, you know what I'm saying, big spenders go. You know what I'm saying? It's a luxurious thing. And also they do deals. You see what I'm saying? Because, hotel ain't nothing but a big place to do business. See what I'm saying? Man, I'm telling y'all, human trafficking. America was built off human trafficking. That's how the slave was invented.
Silver Saddle, the old resort, about 15 miles north of California City, just off of one of the citizens saying that they possibly saw a white van coming from there a couple days prior to the kids going missing. So we went out there, probably had about 50 personnel from multi-agencies, and we searched the whole property.
50. So we're not talking volunteers. We're talking 50 personnel from multiple agencies. This is
personnel, yeah, multiple agencies.
Okay, and anything turn up?
No. Unfortunately, no. But we just, we basically want to let people know that we're still looking. We're still following up on tips, clues, anything that they can come up with. We're still following up.
Got it. Okay. Why search there 3 weeks after? I'm just curious.
Well, we wanted to make sure that we were able to, all the clues we've gotten, that we want to make sure that we follow up.
All right. How many agency when he was in doing the press conference for Cali City, right? How many agency he said was on the case? Yeah, we got about 4. We got Kern County, Bakerfield, and what did he say? The Fed, Bakerville, Kern County. Y'all see what I'm saying? But look when they did the search 3 weeks later. But he said they ain't got the manpower to search in their desert. But man, come on, y'all. Y'all can't figure this shit out now?
So that was one of the locations that we had not followed up yet. So we chose to go do that because we had to get all the personnel together. It's a big property. It's probably about 20.
And watch this. And everybody know when the Fed touched down, they got a case on somebody. You see what I'm saying? That's why That's why they got $100,000 reward out for the kids, cause they know they still alive. I know where they. Man, look, man, that baby somewhere with it like a little rich family. Pay Jack. See what I'm talking about? Cause look, it's some more cases that ain't got nothing to do with this case. Lead me to this shit. It's the same shit. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. I know this can't be. But yeah. All right. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second, goddammit. 1 second.
acres.
Okay, got it. And so, I mean, searching it wouldn't have been for them being alive, right? It would have been a body recovery. So whether it was 2 weeks ago or today, you guys something would have turned up, right?
Absolutely correct. Yes.
Okay. Now, anything else on that front of the search? Was that the last team search of personnel that you could recall of?
As of recent, that's been the most recent team search. Yes.
Okay. All right. And just a couple things I want to check off the list. Anyone formally named a suspect in the case?
Not yet.
Any persons of interest that you could release at this time?
No.
Look, that's why the reporter went straight to the hot spot. Like, okay, is there anybody of interest? Cause that's why he asked him the question about the Silver Saddle Ranch. Cause you got it. Look, you went there. You went there for a reason, so it ain't no body recovery or nothing. So you must have. Is it anybody a person of interest? They trying to see who the big shot is. All right.
Okay. Any is there search happening in any other state other than California?
Other state? No, I have not that I know of.
Okay.
Not that I've been made aware of.
Okay. The 2 boys that were, excuse me, I shouldn't say that. The bodies that were found in Mexico that didn't pan out to be the boys, right?
No, was not related at all.
Okay, the liaison.
Now look, they search led them to some body, right? To some other body, but it ain't got nothing to do with Orient West, right? Ain't got nothing to do with the boys. But just say it's like it came from the same underground race. See what I'm saying? Cause they ain't never released nothing about that person in the news media. Okay, we found remains in the desert. We need to find out and ID this person so we can contact the family and open these cold cases up. Now you don't see none of that shit. All right now, Jack.
Confirm with you and all that stuff.
That is correct.
It sounds like in this point in the investigation, is it a body recovery?
I don't want to say that or even think that because we don't have any information to lead us one way or the other to prove that. As days go by, it does get, suspect. However, just because we can't find them doesn't not mean that they are not alive. It could mean someone has them. I don't know.
You're talking.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. You said somebody has them. You don't know. Sorry, keep going.
No, and we don't know. I mean, we're obviously that's best case.
Y'all, he just slipped up. Look, he just slipped up because you know when you get questions, he was like, yeah, it don't mean that somebody can have them. That's why the Newport you mentioned somebody may have them. Watch this again, y'all.
I don't know.
You were talking.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. You said somebody has them. You don't know. Sorry, keep going.
No, and we don't know. I mean, we're obviously that's best case scenario that they're alive and we find them. But you know, we really hope that they are alive and they're safe, and hopefully we will find them soon.
Okay, so just on that note, you were talking about there's some unsolved homicides in Cal City.
Mm-hmm.
One missing persons case. You look at Los Angeles; they have a bunch. You know, it's just municipality size, that kind of thing.
Right.
Do you think this is going to become a cold case?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're going to turn up. I'm trying to remain optimistic. We're not anywhere close to making it a cold case at this point. We haven't stopped the investigation. We haven't stopped looking. So I don't see that happening anytime soon.
You know, a lack of physical evidence usually in these cases lead to it being prolonged when there's a lack of physical evidence in things. But I would imagine there's a ton of circumstantial evidence. You know, it's where it generates these leads that you guys are looking into.
Like he said, it's a ton of circumstantial evidence. Man, y'all don't think the police chief know what's going on? Look, ain't nobody talking about the van. Where is the van yet? Jacqueline in the van? Do they still got all they what they iPads that the police said they got? They got their phone, but they ain't get the other technology. Remember Trezell West said they just took tech. You know what I'm saying? And the police went in there, took all their little technology and them goddamn cameras. Cause he might got something on the police. But like I said, they don't want y'all to talk about that though. This what we need to be talking about. Trezell West camera. I want to see what's on this footage.
We're at 320 right now. So like it's
and we're doing our best to locate the kids. So that's all we've got at this time. There are things in the works, but I don't want to taint or compromise the investigation at this time.
How many agencies are working with you on this case?
I would say at this time 4.
Y'all see that? How many agencies he told what you call?
I don't want to taint or compromise the investigation at this time.
How many agencies are working with you on this case?
I would say at this time 4.
We've noticed Bakefield Police Department cars up here as well, and I understand they've taken some video from some neighbors' homes. How much are they involved in this investigation?
At this point, just peripheral. They're helping us out.
And the FBI?
The same.
Okay. It's been more than a week now since the boys disappeared. It's cold up here. This is desert. In your gut, do you feel these boys are still alive?
I can't comment on that, whether I think they're alive or not. I do suspect foul play. We haven't been able to put together, how the boys got out of the yard.
Remember, the reason why he said that, because he know the boy can't walk out the yard. He's still in pain. He got to be, if they still got it list as an injured child. Listen what this man just said.
I can't comment on that, whether I think they're alive or not. I do suspect foul play. We haven't been able to put together, how the boys got out of the yard or where they've gone.
Chief,
but we're doing our
Attorney
best.
General's website, they have the 2 boys missing.
Yes, sir.
On Orrin West, they've got it listed him as a
Fractured leg.
a fractured lower left leg as a identifying mark, and that's on Orrin West, listed as a fractured lower left leg. Were you aware about that?
No.
Do you believe, any reason to believe that these 2 boys may have been physically abused by their adoptive parents?
I can't rule that out, but I can't comment on that either.
How you see how he gonna come in? How you gonna? You see, these just lies, and he an actor. You know what I'm talking about? Is this John Walker or this is Johnny? Which John he is today? Is he Johnny? Goddamn it, Johnny B. Bad looking ass nigga. You see what I'm talking about? And why he look like he got 4-stage leukemia, goddamn it. Alright.
Okay, but there was no knowledge that before that Orrin West had a fractured lower left
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. Well, knowing that, what does that tell you, if anything?
I can't comment on that either. I mean, fractured leg can happen, especially with small children, any way possible. I mean, they fall down a lot.
He not once say he gotta, let me look into this, cause y'all just, let me look into this. You don't hear none of that. He said anything can happen. Oh, well, they kids, they gonna fall down. Now he acting all rambunctious. You see what I'm saying? Look at his response.
I can't comment on that either. I mean, fractured leg can happen, especially with small children, any way possible. I mean, they fall down a lot. So, but
Why
I
do you
can't.
suspect foul play in this case?
We have no way of knowing how they got out of the yard. Nothing that shows how they got out of the yard, and if they wandered out of the yard, we don't know.
What message do you have for the community about, how committed they've been to trying to find these 2 boys and how to maintain, how to stay resolute during this time when we still don't know much of anything?
We absolutely appreciate everything from the community. I don't know if you know that first night, there was literally hundreds of people out here looking for them, and we truly appreciate that. I think this whole community is invested in this thing. My department is invested in this thing to the point where, we don't want to give up. We want to locate them any way we possibly can. We're accepting any information that you could possibly give us, any tips. We're following up on everything.
Sir,
yes, sir.
No, we've had people ask.
Y'all notice he don't talk about the dog. I want to know what Trezell dog was. Did he drop the dog off somewhere? Cause it's like when the dog come up missing. That's what I want to know. When the dog come up missing. Cause I ain't see that dog no more after that night. Know what I'm saying? So when Trezell dog come up missing, and who came and got the dog? Cause if you had to get rid of a dog for some strange reason, I don't know, man. It's just something about chalk. Whatever the fuck that goddamn mud is, whatever his name is.
Should they still look for the boys? It's cold. People have been looking in the night. Should the community still look
I would
for the
never
boys?
tell anybody to stop, but if they have anything that they could give us, we'll definitely take it. We'll definitely.
Where are the parents at this time?
I don't know. I know that we I don't know exactly where they are. No.
Did police advise them to get out of the house, or because
No.
there was a search warrant?
No.
Are they in the house? You don't know.
No.
So, if you guys needed to contact the parents, do you guys have the availability?
I want to know how long they kept Trezell and them in questioning. And they'll make did they keep them for the whole 48 hours? I'm just kind of curious. Because they'll mean a lot to me. Just a little thought, but.
Ability to do that, or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are the parents named suspects in this case?
Not at this time.
Chief, as you know,
There are no named suspects at this time.
while it's possible that the boys could have been picked up by a complete stranger,
Absolutely.
isn't it true that in these types of cases, the majority of times, some family member or somebody known to the family is involved in abducting children?
In my experience, it's been very common. Yes.
That it's usually a family member.
It could be. Yes.
Do you have any of the other 4 kids in custody right now? Are they in police custody?
The other 4 kids are in protective custody right now. Yes.
And have you questioned them at all? How old
I
are
can't
they?
comment on that right now.
Do you know how old they are? Could you tell us?
I don't want to comment on that either.
Average age?
Just going back to the day these kids were reported missing, just to confirm, that was Monday night, correct?
Monday night,
And-
21st of December.
And who reported them missing?
Parents.
Okay. You guys mentioned that there was a lot of folks left from the backyard. We noticed a lot of tools were used in the backyard. Can you talk about some of the work, what you guys were trying to reveal back there?
We're just trying to dig up anything, any clues that we can possibly find to find out where they had gone, and also to confirm that they're not in the backyard.
Look, he can tell y'all that's confirmed. They ain't in their backyard. I'm going to tell y'all something. For one goddamn thing, like what the police chief said, you got to start from the inside of the house, and then you span on the outside of the house. So that means you got to wire your search all the way back to Bakersville and see what Bakersville finna lead you back up to. And they finna lead you back up to the goddamn Silver Saddle Ranch. Now look, gang, I need y'all to use y'all head, cause I'm really spilling some tea. Cause it's a big organization. I don't know who really behind it, but I know it's a lot of inside jobs. You know what I'm talking about? They do human trafficking. And yeah, my bad, y'all. But like I said though, I believe, man, they done made a deal. They went to Bakersville. On the 19th, they was spotted in the Silver Saddle Ranch. Cause who gave them the tip for them to go to the Saddle Ranch? Somebody gave them the tip to go to the Saddle Ranch. and you had 50 agencies. That's why the Fed involved, because they know the kid been cross state lines. So it make federal charges. It make you know what I'm saying, kidnapping charges, cross state line, that's federal charges. And false imprisonment. You know what I'm saying? So the charge is racking up. So whoever got the kid might be panicking right now because they got $100,000 reward out. Yeah, so they still alive if that person don't do nothing to the kid. Man, what they just need to do, man, get somebody, just drop them off at a fire station or something. You know what I'm talking about? To get somebody take them to a nearby store or something. Don't harm the kids. You know what I'm talking about? Man, but yeah. But y'all share y'all thoughts in the comment, chat. What y'all think? What's going on? And I'm gonna be back with my commentary. Let me see something I can pull something up right quick. Yeah, and then look, y'all, I'm gonna put another bug in y'all ear now. Now y'all will understand why he didn't answer none of our questions. But now we know why, cause the boy didn't walk out the y'all. For one thing, man, them boys probably were never in their house. They could have went somewhere on the 19th. Know what I'm saying? We need all that footage. You know what I'm saying? If they then went to their neighbor house and tried to bribe him and shit. Know what I'm talking about? So we need to see what's up with that neighbor, man. You know what I'm talking about? Is he gonna you know what I'm talking about, make a deal? Cause they went to the house and then they went on the news and told us that he said his camera out, but he never said it out his mouth. So I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? And if the neighbor do come out and say his time is an hour off, he need to sue the cable company. You know what I'm talking about? Cause nobody time don't supposed to be, y'all. Your shit wired to the internet, so it's impossible. Alright. And Trezell West, we know his background now. We know his white background. We know his mom and them background. Y'all know this look like a shady ass family. Now that sucker said, if we find anything, you know what I'm saying, like he finna help us search. Shit, this sucker walking dogs. And he ain't even studying none of this shit. Because look how the police acting. Man, y'all gonna get y'all results at the Civil Saturday. And you mean to tell me they look when the FBI raided that junk and that junk automatic closed, and he said it was 50 agencies. Now, what you think if they ran up in a little Snoop house? Shit, when they leave, goddamn it, the whole thing boarded up. And it's permanently closed. And then look, that's probably why they boarded up Trezell West's house and told nobody don't go back in there, don't trespass. Cause now the federal might have seized the house. Cause you know what I'm talking about? Cause look how they purchased the house. You know, they could have used some fraudulent shit. They had to. That's why they made an issue about the police. We want to ask y'all, somebody went over there and boarded the house up. What's going on? They said the police paid for it. He like, no. Man, them suckers went over there and boarded their house because they seized the house. It's connected with something on paperwork. Look how many times they had to go back in the house. They just like keep busting little Snoop house. Going back and little Snoop house like damn, we ain't get it. We need to find out, you know what I'm saying? Look around some more. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, gang. Cause this case here is similar to the Kanika Jenkins case. Oh, I'm talking about. Let me make my chat a little bigger. I ain't know my chat was this small. Man, I'm make it a little big like that. My bad, y'all. Yeah, gang. And I'ma tell y'all something. I thought the world would be with the dope gang. Cause you know what I'm saying. Y'all know man, drugs all over the world. And it's booming too. It's the same thing go for the human trafficking. Cause you get more money if you fuck with kids and shit, right? Man, you don't think, you know what I'm saying? Man, y'all, who seen the Uncle Tom Cabinet? If y'all ain't never watched that movie, go watch Uncle Tom Cabinet. Oh, it finna show y'all how this the blueprint of, hold on, guys. Hold on, give me 1 second.
All right, Chief Walker, I really appreciate you sitting down with me. It's about a month now since 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Oren West have gone.
Y'all listen, this the same time when they raiding the Saddle Ranch. This is the same time. That's why the police chief, blowing hard like that, right? Cause they intercede with Saddle Ranch, busting that motherfucker and shutting that bitch down before it'll make a big national news. You know what I'm saying? Cause it'll hurt the city real bad. This will hurt California real bad. All right. Watch how he finna straight up and lie, right?
All right, Chief Walker, I really appreciate you sitting down with me. It's about a month now since 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Oren West have gone missing.
That's correct.
What is the morale right now in the community?
The morale in the community, the feeling is, I can feel it every day that it's becoming more and more frustrated, I believe, because they want to find the kids, and I get that. But the morale amongst my department is pretty much the same. You know, we want answers, we want to find the kids, and we're working just as hard as we can to make that happen.
And just to be clear, I understand there's multiple agencies involved. Are all those agencies still involved? Can you name them for me?
Right now, the most participation now is between us, Bakersfield PD, Kern County DA. We still are in with the FBI. So those are probably the 4 main ones right now.
And through the course of the last month, you and I have spoken several times, every morning, every night.
At least.
Right. And I always check to see if there's any updates.
Right.
Now that we are a month out and I have the luxury of having you in front of me, I'd like to know, I want to just basically run through a lot of the questions I've asked before in case
Sure.
Anything has changed, and also some new questions that I've drawn up here.
Sure.
So there seems to be a bit of a discrepancy of when the kids were reported missing. So when you guys responded to the parents' home, the adoptive parents' home, Trezell and Jacqueline West, When did they tell you they noticed the kids go missing?
The timeline that we received from them is the kids have been gone 15 to 20 minutes prior to them making the call to us. So they noticed the kids gone, they searched the house, they searched the immediate area, and I believe Trezell actually got in his car and went searching in his car, came back, and when they came to the realization they needed help, they called us.
So you're saying from the moment they noticed Orson and Orrin West go missing, they told you that it was within 15 to 20 minutes of that time that they called police?
Per their statement, that's correct.
What time exactly did police get a call for service?
The call got dispatched at 17:43, which would be 5:43 p.m. in the evening.
Okay.
On Monday, the 21st of December.
So you're saying that's when it was dispatched. When did the call come in? Just a few minutes prior to dispatch?
Yeah, it only took minutes once the call came in to dispatch the call out, and we were on scene within 6 minutes.
Okay, so that would be police arriving by 5:50-ish.
At least, yeah.
Okay. We spoke in the past about where police start with investigations like this, missing children's. Tell me about the nature of that.
Commonly, particularly with children, you always want to search from the inside out. You know, many times parents panic and believe their kids, ran out the door and ran down the street, which could be, but my training experience, you start from the inside out, always. So that's what occurred. My officers started from the inside. They searched the house. They searched the yards. They searched the shed in the back. And then they started to widen their search out into the neighborhood.
Got it. And from my understanding, it was the very next day that there was a search warrant executed at the home.
Correct.
There needs to be probable cause for a search warrant to be granted by a judge.
Mm-hmm.
What was that probable cause to go in there with a search warrant?
Well, particularly when small kids are involved, we have the right to go in and search. So just for the protection of the kids, to make sure that, there's no foul play or the kids aren't somewhere inside the house.
Okay. What items were collected the first time of the search warrant?
Numerous items were collected that first time through. So I'm not going to disclose exactly what we took, but mostly basic items. Mostly electronic items.
What kind of items?
Mostly electronic.
Phones,
computers. Yeah.
Okay.
iPads.
Has that since been returned to the parents?
Some of it. Okay. Some of it, to the best of my knowledge. I know for sure they've received their phones back.
Okay. Was their car at one point towed from their home?
Yes. Excuse me. I apologize.
No worries.
Yes.
Okay. Was luminol used on the vehicle?
Yes.
What does luminol detect?
I don't know how to put that in layman's terms.
What is it typically used for, luminol?
Generally blood, to the best of my knowledge.
Was there any sign of that in the van?
No.
Okay.
Now I just want y'all to just listen to that, and y'all already know that was just a full blown lie he just said. You ain't even got to look at him. Alright. He knew it was an investigation going on at the side of the ranch that he didn't want public. And the DA, the feds ran up in that joint and closed the joint down. But he tried to play, while they were doing that, he tried to play us and send us back to Bakersville because everybody want to know what Jacqueline them met, what Trezell them was. Yeah, they went back to Bakersville. So now they done shift everybody back to Bakersville, far away from the Silver Saddle Ranch. Now that's how you distract. See what I'm saying? That's why the feds had to go back in the house. Cause now they need everything in their house. Oh shit, your ass connected. We need to find out, you know what I'm talking about. That's why he keeps saying Trezell West and them ain't suspects. It's a reason for that.
In the initial search of the home, there were scent dogs used, correct?
Correct.
What was the purpose of that?
To locate the children. You know, if they pick up the scent of the kids in the house, once they get the scent of the kids in the house, then they like us, start to widen their search.
And keep this in mind, right, gang? Check this out. Y'all want to know why the feds immediately dug up the backyard? Cause maybe they seen something on somebody's camera and was like, let's go in that backyard and dig up. Cause they was in that backyard off top, Jack. And keep this in mind, Trezell West got cameras. And that's another thing they don't want nobody to mention is what Trezell camera footage show. Cause he just set the it look like he set the police up to go back there. While he got the camera recording the law. That's why the police chief had to admit the police was in the backyard.
But the dogs never picked up any scent outside the house.
Can you put that in terms of why that is important to note, that there was no scent of the kids outside of the home?
It doesn't necessarily mean anything in particular, but it does lead us to believe that, you know, the kids did not wander outside of the house.
Now we know why he said that, because the fractured leg. Because of the fractured leg, he said, we know we know they didn't wander out the yard, for one, of the fractured leg. And for two, the dog don't have no scent of them coming out the yard. So that means if they wandered off, they would have had a scent trail. But so if they didn't have a scent of them coming out the yard, that means they jumped in a van or a car, SUV. They left in the car. See what I'm saying? All right.
But once again, that's not necessarily 100%. But the dogs didn't detect any scents outside the house.
These dogs are fully trained for this, correct?
Correct.
There was no extreme weather patterns that day that we know of. There wasn't extreme wind like there is now.
No.
All right. The weather. Now we have evidence that the wind wasn't blowing, so the dog would attack the scent. And the reason why he brought the weather up because of the wind. Now you know it was stuff that found in the field that had the kid's name on it, right? And he said no. And I did the research of what the weather was like, and the weather ain't blowing no goddamn gilt bag across the desert. And what was in it? What was in it? In the gift bag. So whatever was in it, that mysteriously just blew too? Cause that, man, look.
Did you guys find that a bit alarming or of interest?
Of course. Of course.
Now, scent dogs are trained to do a particular thing. They're unless they're dual trained, they're trained to do one specific thing, pick a scent, and find where it's gone. Was there any other dogs used in the home?
Yes, we had a.
Now they finna talk about cadaver dogs. Cause at this point, they like, damn, is they dead or they still alive? They still alive. Cause the money, $100,000 proves to be they still alive. They just don't know where to locate them. And Trezell ain't talking.
Cadaver dog come in as well.
And what are cadaver dogs trained to do?
Find dead bodies. So, none found.
They didn't detect anything at all?
No.
Okay. How many additional times has law enforcement gone into the home?
Since the first day, we've been in there at least 4 times that I know of.
Y'all, they could have been went in there taking down cameras in the house, packing up any kind of surveillance footage, iPads they could be texting on. They could have found multiple phones. They could have found the little connection to lead them to the Silver Saddle Ranch. All right. Now I'm showing y'all. That's why I told y'all, look, he ain't gonna be chief too long. Cause he fucked up.
And what items were collected during those times?
Once again, several other items that we believe could be of evidentiary value.
Okay. And those are obviously items that you are unable to disclose at this time.
Correct.
Okay. You mentioned
He ain't mentioning them cameras, right? He ain't mentioning them cameras.
particular attention to the backyard in our previous conversations. What kind of work has been done in the backyard?
That backyard has been completely excavated by an FBI forensic team. We found some, piles of dirt back there. So just to be sure, we actually dug them up.
Sure of what?
Sure that there wasn't anything in the backyard that, could lead us to the kids.
Or being sure that the kids weren't in the backyard.
Correct.
You mentioned that you go from the inside out. You expanded to the neighborhood. Initially, you guys spoke to...
But look, it's another thing, too, about the dog Chop. The dog is on the footage. Ain't nobody asking him, where was the dog when the boys come up missing? Where was Chop? And we seen what we were doing in the backyard. Now, why he had to have a FBI to dig up the backyard? He could have had the boys' clothes out there or something. You know what I'm saying? He could have had blood-stained clothes, something in the yard that lead to some kind of DNA. And his dog was back there, man. I'm telling y'all, his dog was somehow involved with this shit. You see what I'm saying? Cause the dog mysteriously come up missing. And now all of a sudden it's in front of the goddamn ice cream shop. And look, and every time when the cameras get to showing the dog, he go outside and go get him.
all the neighbors in the area. Did they mention any sightings of the boys?
Once they went missing?
Yes.
No.
And I recall at the time we spoke, you said that there was no sighting of the boys ever since they were there in September.
Originally, the neighbors we did contact said that they had no knowledge there were kids in the house, but since then we have had neighbors come forward and say that they did have knowledge that there were children staying in the house.
So neighbors had knowledge there was children in the home, but there was never a positive ID of Oren or Orson, right?
No. Or any of the kids for that matter.
So none of the kids have ever been positively ID'd, but there has been neighbors that told you, hey, we were aware that there were children in the home.
Yes, that is a correct statement.
Okay.
All right. He got the kids dressed up in all black. They never made that public. I thought when some kids come up missing, they gonna give you a description of what the kids had on, but they want to keep that secret. You had to dig this shit up just to see what they had on. So the boy is dressed in all black, and one of the boys got a fractured leg, so he can't walk out the yard. They ain't missing the dog Chop for some strange reason, and we see Chop in the backyard with Trezell. See what I'm saying? And they said the neighbor camera is off an hour. So now they finna say the dispatcher time gonna be an hour off too. Cause if you say that time an hour off, you got to go and say this time here an hour off too. See what I'm saying? So I'm just telling y'all that before they start this shit. Cause I already told y'all they finna do all this shit, knock an hour off, and you know what I'm talking about it. And hold on, guys. And then look how I showed y'all in my last live how they try to show the
truth too before this. You know what I mean? So
That's what I was gonna ask you. Like,
we could go back.
Now, y'all see the lighting on the footage? Hold on. All right. This kill everything. Cause this really finna make the police chief look stupid. Cause you can see the dog. No kids, right? But he was in their backyard. He probably had some kind of belonging to the kids. Probably were rubbing it in the dirt or something to make it have a little sense. Cause maybe he had thought it all the way out was like, yeah, they probably gonna send dogs and let's get a scent out the yard and make it look like they were coming out the gate. So that's probably what he was doing. Had they clothes and dragging the motherfucker across the grass and shit, trying to make look like a scent. But he ain't go far enough. That's why the police said, well, shit, we ain't got no sinners dog coming out the yard. He ain't say come out the house. He said come out the yard. Now that's a big difference. And look.
The FBI has this recording. So
he just said the FBI had this recording. Watch this, y'all. Listen what this man just said. The FBI got a copy.
He's told the cops that on the 19th, 2 days before that, all 6 kids, husband, wife, they all went to Bakersfield Christmas shopping. So on the 19th, and this is early, he said 11 a.m. So I look, and 4 kids only sit in the car, husband and wife. Those 2 little kids on the 19th didn't even sit in that car.
And this was on the 19th?
This was on the 19th.
Hey, did you guys just hear that?
I could go back.
Hey, if you guys heard that, press 1. Did you just hear what he said?
And okay, so
watch this, y'all. Watch this.
I could go back and show you the 19 too, and you could count how many heads come out.
Okay. See, so he's.
Damn, I must have missed it, goddamn.
Early, he said 11 a.m. So 19, and this, all 6 kids. So statement was because they came and they took my DVR. The FBI has this recording. So that to the police that his statement was because they came and they took my DVR. The FBI has this recording. So he's.
My bad, y'all. I had to find it. I almost lost it. Y'all heard he said the feds came and got and got his DVR. The feds already synced this shit before AV News went in up. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, let us see the footage. Watch this, y'all. What he say about the feds?
My camera too before this. You know what I mean? So
that's what I was gonna ask you. Like,
we could go back. So he stated that to the police that his statement was because they came and they took my DVR. The FBI has this recording. So he's told the cops that on the 19th, 2 days before that, all 6 kids, husband, wife.
Now look, the feds know the kids. Look, the feds don't. Look, the feds know the kid probably wasn't even in their house, Jack. See what I'm saying? He left the gate open for a reason. He staged the whole goddamn thing. And look how he talked. You mean to tell me a nigga like this? Hold on, gang. Dressed up in comeback boots. He dressed up like he some kind of then look how dirty it is. Look at it out. Look how dirty that motherfucker is. And you mean to tell me this nigga using proper grammar? This don't. When I see this image of this, I think about this shit.
Okay, and for you?
JACQUELINE.
I'm sorry, one more time?
If you ask me, them two different wardrobes to me. Cause he got a mustard shirt on with some kind of tactic goddamn boots on. Right? But when he walking it down, he look like something ain't right with this dude, Jack. Man, this man here so goddamn ugly. But yeah, man, we need to get on Chief Thunderbooty ass. For real. Cause he gotta do a lot of talking. Know what I'm talking about? Alright, gang. Y'all know what time it is. We gonna have to make it hard for this sucker, right? We gonna call that nigga Chief Johnny Thunderbooty Walker, Jack. See what I'm talking about? Cause we need to put him behind bars so they can so he could be surrounded by the whiskey shooters. Know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Cause he fucking up the whole case. He doing some fraudulent and criminal shit. I told y'all he a racist. This a racist, y'all. Yeah. I don't want to catch now one of you. I don't want to catch now. I ain't gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fire him up. And check this out. Trezell West into jazz. He in the music game. And he in the music game. Chief Thunderbolter in the music game. So it's some kind of ritual somewhere. You just gotta find out what kind of ritual this is. Cause it's all the same. He an actor and a music, a cowboy, all this shit. You ain't hear the song when that nigga said he blowing motherfuckers with the shotgun, lighting cigarettes, you know, it's some of that cowboy shit. Let me get that man off my screen. And look how he treat. Now what that look like? Alright, gang. That's the lady laughing and shit. Talking about the boys and they laugh. But it's something up with them, and then y'all see the sign in the window say beware of the dog. But yeah, gang, that's all I want. I just had to spill the tea. Know what I'm talking about? Yeah, come back, cause we gotta put an end to this shit. We can't get distracted by none of the rumors, no none of that shit. We gotta stay focused. And we can't let them control the media. Man, we got a voice now, man. And we need to speak proudly on this shit. See what I'm saying? And share your thoughts in the comment. Tell me, look, now watch this, y'all. About the dog Chop. Now, I'm concerned cause Trezell going out his way to keep him out the picture. Then he made a statement when he was walking the motherfucker. Then sat on the porch like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I sure wish I was out there. Cause I run up on that motherfucking dog. I know it ain't gonna bite me. What I'm talking about. Cause I seen the dog waistline. I'm like, man, you need to get this motherfucker a protein shake. Cause this mother look like a snapback jack. Ah! And he walking around here like it's a pit bull. Man, that ain't no pit bull. That mother mess with everybody. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, what kind of dog that is? Yeah, good. It's everybody's shit. You know what I'm talking about? For real, you got one of yeah. So you mean you know what I'm talking about? Man, that dog got some everything in their bloodline. hound, donkeys, you know what I'm talking about? You know, a lot of shit in the desert, them breed and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker might got a little, but yeah. But man, y'all stay tuned. You know what I'm talking about? And I'll be back.